So again, lovely to meet you, Wregas. I'm Celeste. I'm
Lovely.
one of the programmers at Taiwan Film Festival in Australia. And we just wanted to talk to you because we had a really good screening in Sydney, our first screening. We're gonna have one in Melbourne, and so we do want to just like chat to you, just to pick your brain a little bit about the film and your process coming to the film. And also just because it's such a unique film. It's so fascinating, all the ideas in the film. Yeah, I'm gonna pick your brain a little bit about the concepts, I guess how you came up with it. Um, and also, I guess, just like your collaboration with these artists, because while it's quite a high concept film, there seems like there's a lot of thought that's gone behind the creation, composition, cinematography. So there's a lot that I want to talk about. But just to start off, I just remember in an interview you spoke about your younger brother seeing
Yeah.
spirits when you grow up, right?
Yeah.
At what point did these childhood stories become the seed for levitating?
Yeah, you're right that my brother, when I was 6 years old, he told me that on the top of our roof there was a big cat spirit who has a three tail and a claw as big as a knife, and then white eyes. And he also started to collecting a lot of spirits when he's traveling. For example, when he went to a river and then he found a turtle spirit, he asked that spirit to go home with him. And then when he was hiking and then found a big white bat spirits, he asked that bat to go home with him as well. My uncle, who has a sixth sense as well, um, one day see the room of my brother and then saw that, oh, you have a lot of animal spirits now in your room. It's like a zoo. It is okay, but dangerous at the same time, because my uncle said it will invite the higher or the bigger bad spirit that can come to the room. And then my uncle asked my brother to get rid of all of those spirits and then clean the room. So after that, when he was entering the university, he decided to close or shut down his sixth sense. So that scene inspired me when Bayu tried to collect the spirit as well, just like my brother. That's why the spirit in here is also a turtle, because my brother also have the turtle spirits. And in reality, in Indonesia, in the trans party culture, they also collect the spirits like my brother. So each spirit has their own speciality, has their own effects through towards the hallucination realm. I don't know if it is real or not, but sometimes it is correct, sometimes it is not. So yeah, that's what I transferred into the film.
Is like a lot of the story based on a specific village? Like, do you have the history with a specific village that in Indonesia?
There are some village in Indonesia that did a lot of trans party, and for especially in my hometown in Yogyakarta, there is a trans party called Jatilan, and in another place there is a lot of trans parties such as Janturan, or maybe in Borneo there is another, in Sulawesi there is another. So because Indonesia has 17,000 island, right? But each island has their own trans party with different mantras, different types of dance and the spirits. So in here, I try to combine and mix all of those inspiration trans party into the fictional one. So the village that you saw in the film, the mantras, the music, the dance, are all of them fictional. That my imagination that is inspired by all of those kind various trans party.
So this is a personal one. It's a question that I'm really interested in because I think the music, right? I think
Mhm.
there's a seamless integration between like the how you use the diegetic music and the non-diegetic music in the film.
Mhm.
And I just wondered how you spoke with your composer. I think it's Yenu Ariendra who did the
Yeah.
music.
Mhm.
And how did you sync his compositions with what you did on set? Like, was he on set? Did you have playback? Like, was it a difficult task? How did you compose and how did you work with the composer with all those elements?
Okay. So my music composer is a DJ actually. You know, Ariendra is a DJ, but at the same time his specialty is DJ that mix between electronic dance music (EDM) and the traditional music. with traditional instrument. And beside that, he is also a a guitarist in a rock band. He also grew up in a village in East Java, where that village is specially known as the spirit that is full of spirituality, and a lot of shaman in that village as well. So Yenu really understand this kind of trance music, trance party music. So in here, he created since the beginning, mix the instrument, not only the traditional instrument, but mix it with the instrument from the West, such as the electric guitar or drums. Why he decided that? Because right now, trans party is not just about staying with a culture that is a traditional culture only, but there is a progression when we also embrace the technology to donate something into the trance or hypnotic effects. For example, in some region in northern Java, they use a electric guitar and deliberately made the guitar stem string out of tune. So when you played it, it will sounds like a dissonance, and it will create a hypnotic effect from it. So at the beginning, he created 20 music with 20 animal spirits, and what I discussed with him is only about, oh, okay, if the spirit of the ants, the hallucination realms will be, he can eat a lot of food and a lot of stuff, and it will feel delicious. Or if you use the butterfly spirit, you will enter the flower realm, and then Yenu imagine that hallucination realm and then create that sense and nuance. And after that, he met Anggun, the singer, the one who played as Guru Asri, to create the mantra. So for creating the mantra in here, he didn't give Anggun any script or intonation. He only asked Anggun to go into the recording room, and then Yenu will play the music once, and then let Anggun sing whatever she wants to sing at the time as a response to the music. So Yenu will play the music, and then Anggun will respond with whatever she wants, and then it only took one take only per music. Why it's only one take? Because Yenu believed that the most organic part is from the first take. If we did the second take, it will be a lot of correction, a lot of auto correction, etc. So he avoid that. So he only used the first take. After that, the music done and the mantra, and then when we did the shooting, we used the playback. So we use a speaker and then playback, and then all of the musician, the character of Bayu, character of Gurasri, they just lip sync and follow the rhythm of the music.
Going back to your Angun getting,
Mhm.
I mean, I have to ask it because I think so many people who came to the film always mention Angun, and
Yeah,
very big presence. So, how did you get Angun on board? How did that collaboration come about?
yeah. I already know Anggun since I was 6 years old, because my mother really loved her voice. So whenever my mother took me to the school, she always played Anggun in her radio, and then her voice make me woke up in the morning and ready to school, because she has a very strong voice, like yang aku cari hanyalah cinta, for example, like that. That's why when I wrote the character of Guru Asri in here, the shaman who has a very strong voice that doing a lot of mantras. I only imagine Anggun as the main as the character, as the actors. So I tried to follow Anggun in her Instagram, but she didn't followed me back. And then I sent her Instagram DM, direct message, introduce myself, and because Instagram DM has a limitation, only 500 characters only, I guess. So I made it very effective, but she didn't saw the message as well, not even seen. And then fortunately, there is a friend of her friend, there is my friend. told Anggun that, hey, Rega sent you a DM. When she went to Jakarta, I met her in a hotel, and I did a lot of presentation, a lot of slides, picture slides that represent the film. And because she came to Jakarta with her husband, I tried to make the presentation with French language. Ça c'est mon troisième long métrage. And then I talk a lot of with the French language, something like that. And then after I hit the end of the presentation, Anggun said, "Yeah, it's very kind of you to do the presentation with French language, but my husband is actually a Germany, so so actually you can do the presentation in English." I thought I thought her husband is French.
French.
So
Yeah.
after I did the presentation, she already said yes, I want to join. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, what a
yeah,
story! I just have this image of you just going to like the strangers going into Angula's hotel unprompted with a presentation.
yeah,
That's beautiful with your whole pitch deck. That's great.
yeah. With the pitch deck, yeah.
Wow,
Mhm.
I'm very impressed by your bravery. Well done.
Yeah,
Um, I
yeah.
think when I did the intro for the film, because I'd seen it, I was like, how do I describe it? Because there's like it's musical, it's also drama, it's coming of age. It's also like an indigenous narrative about these people coming around to take over this village, and
Mhm.
also a bit of horror as well.
Yeah.
So I guess I have a lot of questions about that. So first of all, like, how did you combine all of these elements, and then also like what inspired you in the lead up to the film?
I think the main genre of this film is of course drama. Because I focus on the characters, the main characters' ambition and dream, passion. So it is more like a sport film actually. If you see a lot of sport film, the one who obsessed with playing basketball
Yeah,
or playing football, and then he did a lot of training, just like Rocky,
yeah.
train to wrestle and try to boxing and a lot of stuff. So I think that's the main genre that I use to develop the character. The rest, such as the supernatural, the fantasy, the hallucination, is the one that I add to visualize his inner trauma or inner ambition and etc. And if you ask about in the film wise, the one that inspired me, I think for the ambition itself, there are two films. The one is Black Swan from Darren
Oh,
Aronofsky, right? When
oh,
the the Natalie Portman character is become very obsessed to become the best ballet player, and then she started to cannot make a difference between the reality or
mm,
his hallucination. And the second one is Whiplash. Also,
oh,
Whiplash also the ambitious one. He sacrificed a lot of things, like the relationship between him and her and his girlfriend, and and his dad and his family because his obsession in dancing. But for the hallucination realm, I'm inspired by Zhang Yimou's film, actually, a director from
oh.
China. Not the not the martial art one, but the one who inspired me is the color palette. For example, in Hero, there is a scene when they fight uh, in the middle of the autumn season. There is a lot of trees that has a fallen leaf, and then they fight with a lot of red setting. It's inspired me to create the flower hallucination realm. And also the final big battle scene when everybody try to cover themselves with like a turtle shell, and then
Incredible.
yeah, and then walk circular like a ants jumping. I was really impressed, inspired by the choreography or the movement of the soldiers in Zhang Yimou's films such as Hero,
Oh,
because they move rhythmically and then bam 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 something like that. So
oh.
I love those choreography, so I put in here.
I have this one question that I think I have to ask because it is about the Taiwanese co-production.
Mm,
So, and again, like you can answer as best as you can. So we had this fantastic session again at the film festival in Australia, And it was this great mix of like Taiwanese audience and also Indonesian audience. Like
Mm-hmm.
the Indonesian society in Sydney came, Taiwanese society came, and they did a collaboration. It was really beautiful.
Wow.
And just because I think this co-production strand really beautiful, and it
Mm-hmm.
highlights like this, like the increasing amount of co-productions internationally. And your film is massively like involved in co-productions.
Right.
So I just want to ask, I guess, what was it like working with major production companies from different countries, especially with Taiwan? Can you
Yeah.
talk about the collaboration? Did they give you a lot of notes? Did you have to
Mm-hmm.
change the film a lot?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So the co-producer, the Taiwanese co-producer in this film called Shi Heng Kwek. So I already knew Shi Heng since I was 23 years old in Cannes 2016. My short film selected in the Cannes Critics Weeks that time.
Oh.
And then the short film title was In the Year of Monkey. And Shi Heng's short film also selected in the same competition with me. And then we met there, and then we discussed a lot about filmmaking, about film industry, and etc. And then I feel a connection between him because we are only the two Asian film that get selected in the Critics Weeks. So after that, when they update his progress, like making another short film, always updated, and sometimes we met again in Singapore Film Festival or in Busan, and etc. So when I try to make my third feature film here, Levitating, he also sent me a message that uh, do you have a Taiwanese co-producer? No, not yet. Okay. Do you want to collaborate? Yes, of course. And then we collaborate. And then he also gave me a lot of inputs. For example, like, hey, at some part I saw the punch and the fighting scene is can be edited. You can make the pace faster. Oh, okay. And then I try to read it again, and then yeah, I think uh, that's the beauty of the co-production when we got a lot of point of view, but they respect me and they give me the freedom to express my directing and my vision. But at the same time, I need their POV, so I will not trap in my own bubble and my own perspective only, but I also got the international perspective.
Because this film is starting to get, I feel like the film is going to do really well. It's going to like blow up soon. I think it's like got the Sundance premiere, and I
Yeah.
think once people start to discover the film, it's probably going to have a great journey. And
Uh,
as it has its journey, I'm really curious as to like how you're thinking people are reacting to the film. Even now, it's already premiered in America and Montreal. What do
mhm.
you? I guess it's two questions really.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess like, what do you hope that these international audiences are going to take away about Indonesia that they don't know already, and like
Mhm.
like being a big presentation for Indonesia, and also how have they already reacted to the film
Okay, okay.
overseas?
Mostly, the reaction from them was they said to me that a lot of moments in this film that made them cry, especially the ending. That's I didn't expect before because I thought they will react to the fantasy, the absurdity of the scene, but at the end, the one that they always send me an impression is that thank you for making a very warm film. I cried in the end when they hugs each other, forgive their past trauma, and then to reconciliate with his father. It really made me cry and made me contemplate that there is a lot of trauma and pain in my past that I haven't forgive. I'm surprised that they actually got the true feelings that I want to share is to forgiving forgiving ourselves and forgiving our past and try to focus more on the people who are care for us right now to make the audience feel the feeling that they never or rarely feel.
I would argue that's how your film makes me feel. I guess it's
Mm.
definitely a film that encourages a lot of empathy and to come together and
Mm.
to kind of understand the point of view of others. So yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much for the interview. Thank you.
Thank you,
That was really
Celeste.
good.
Lovely interview. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really good to chat, and I think it confirmed a lot of like great things that I knew you were thinking about, and it was just
Hmm.
good to hear from you because I'm like, yep, you really had a lot of like thoughts about, I guess, the process, and I get, and like really good to hear about your collaboration with your composer. I think I was always just wondering how you did that. And I had a suspicion that the composer was very, very involved in your process. So yeah,
Yeah.
very
Hmm.
good to hear from you.